This video is best viewed on a stereoscopic 3D monitor or with YouTube's cardboard viewing option. I like to play video games that are designed to scare the living crap out of the player. I always have. And when I was first introduced to virtual reality in 2013, I quickly noticed something. That medium is incredibly effective at delivering fear. Games that weren't even necessarily focused on horror would have their creepy moments. In fact, Half-Life 2 has gone as far as delivering more than a couple of jump scares to me. Through the years, I even got to play Alien Isolation through their experimental virtual reality support. And I gotta tell you, that game is a lot more terrifying in VR. It multiplies the fear factor by 10. It feels like there's no escape. It's absolutely terrifying. And I feel like there was a missed opportunity when VR went commercial. On launch day, there were little to no good horror games available. So here you are with one of the most effective ways to deliver fear and no actual scary games to play on it. Little to none. And I was reassured through the subsequent years seeing that quite a few good titles were released by independent development studios such as Home Sweet Home and Rise of Insanity. There are quite a few others. It looks like other developers picked up on this fear factor that you can deliver through VR. Well, today I'm about to try something that is very soon going to be incredibly scary. The game is called Visage. It is based on PT, which was a teaser on the PlayStation 4 for an upcoming Silent Hills game that was subsequently canned. I don't even think the PT demo itself is still available unless people have managed to secure a copy on their console. Now, these developers actually inspired themselves on that demo and actually are in the process of creating a game. The game is in early access and it's only available right now, technically, on the desktop. I will be running this game with a hack to enable virtual reality in it. In fact, when I load it up, I'll show you what to do. I'll give you some quick instructions, very easy. The problem is that you cannot see the user interface and you cannot see a whole bunch of controls that are kind of necessary for the gameplay. So at this point, it's kind of like going through a demo of an early access game. I even hesitated on making this video, but I gotta tell you honestly, the visuals in this thing are so good and the atmospheric effect, the fear that is already being delivered through the very basics that you get when you do the VR hack, this is all so good that I felt in the end it really was worth making this video, and I want to take you into this and I want to hype this game up for the day where it actually gets official VR support. So let's go into this. Visage. I'm gonna go put on some adult diapers. Just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, you ready? Let's do this. Now to those of you who are watching this video in stereoscopic 3D, you will share my pain. All the UI overlays are wrong. Either with Oculus or SteamVR, they're two different flavors of wrong. Bottom line is they are not working correctly on either device. So before I load in, I want to show you what I did to get this running. You go in Steam, you right click on the game's name, and you go Properties. And then you click the Set Launch Options button. And in the launch options, you add the -VR parameter, as I'm showing now. You hit OK, and then you can go ahead and close the properties. The next time you launch the game, provided you have your runtimes running, whether it's SteamVR or Oculus runtimes, Oculus Home, the game will actually load in your headset. With the first thing you're going to notice, maybe the overlays don't work, but the stereoscopic 3D is there. Now what I'm going to do is, for a starter, we're actually going to go new game, and I'm just going to introduce you to the visuals of this game, which I thought were amazing. I have not been impressed by visuals in a game like this in a long time. This is Unreal Engine 4, And these artists are obviously very good because this looks absolutely awesome. So as you can see, this is really, really a hack. This game is not VR ready. I want to be clear on this. This is not the developer's fault. This is kind of our fault for actually loading VR before it's ready. Although I do appreciate that the devs either accidentally or semi-intentionally left this possibility in their game so that we could get a teaser. Because, yeah, this is wrong. This is all forced camera motion. The camera height is wrong. The position of the player, I mean, the arms are behind me right now. This is all wrong, but the visuals are so damn good that it is worth seeing anyways. All this is absolutely worth seeing. So this starts with a pretty grim scene. I was actually pretty shocked when I saw the opening of this game. I figured, oh my god, this better have virtual reality. And I did see an official announcement, or at least an announcement by the developers of this game, that it will, during early access, the early access process, it will actually get VR plugged into it correctly. So let's take a look at this pretty sick introduction scene. There's obviously someone sitting at this table loading a gun with all this wonderful forced camera motion, which are probably going to be fixed as well. And this guy visibly has issues. This guy we're sitting on top of, sort of, whose arms are the only thing we can see. If I look any further, you're actually going to see the arms clip. I won't. I don't want to embarrass any of the developers. I think they're really doing a good job so far. Let's just enjoy the show, as sick as it may be. But yeah, this is. I'm so sorry. I'm not the one holding this gun. This is the game doing this. I'm so sorry for your loss. Wait, no, don't shoot him too. I'm trying to console them. No. You're not. You're. Okay, not the kid. Not the kid. He's a kid. I don't. But this is off to a great start. This is absolutely. And another overlay that's messed up. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of that right now. So let's go through the intro. I'm gonna take you guys through this intro, and then I got a few more notes to make about how I got this working as good as I could. Now, everything is really off by a lot right now. We're gonna try to deal with it as much as we can. There we go. I'm finally at a correct height. The phone is about to ring. I don't want to spoil anything. But that is the intro sequence. So here we go. I believe I press E to interact with the phone. Or is it F? It's very hard when the UI doesn't work. It's E.
Hello, Dwayne. It's Rose, your neighbor. I know it's late, and I know that I tend to be a little anxious about small things. I apologize for that, but I'm getting a bit worried. I haven't seen you out of the house in about 3 weeks. Is everything all right? Could you call me just to let me know everything's fine? All right. Bye-bye.
So I don't know if that was a message, like a recorded message, or if that was an actual telephone conversation. But now I'm given full controls. I am standing at about a height of like 5 foot 5. And I had to do a few things to get this working correctly. First off, here's the differences. Through the Oculus runtimes, you're going to see some of the UI overlays working correctly, or more correctly than they do in SteamVR. And in SteamVR, you're going to find yourself standing like 30 feet high with almost no overlays working. In Oculus Home, you're going to find yourself standing like at crouched height or even less. You're about 2 feet above the ground when you're standing. So the way I resolve this is, first, I have a trick in order to force games that support, in order to force Unreal Engine 4 games that support the Oculus Rift natively, sometimes I want to run them through SteamVR, and I used to not have means of doing so until recently, where I found a little trick. You go into the game's configuration files. In this case, I'm going to show you the path on the screen of the game's configuration files. And you want to open Engine.ini. Now you can do this with any Unreal Engine 4 game that supports virtual reality, by the way. You add the lines of text that I'm about to show on the screen in the notepad I have, and I'm also going to include those configuration lines in the description of this video. I've actually used this so that I could stream Hellblade VR through SteamVR, because there are some advantages I get from that, such as the in-game chat through OVR drop and stuff like that. It's just sometimes it's more convenient for me to do things through SteamVR. Not that it's bad to run through the native Oculus VR runtime, it's just nice to be able to switch them, which I found was hard to do without knowing this little trick. So that's the first trick I did. Second trick I did, why did I use SteamVR with this particular game? Because I was able to adjust the height. It seems that whatever I do to the height configuration in Oculus Home, if I run through the Oculus native runtimes, it is still putting me 2 feet above the ground, which was really, really weird. So what I did is I basically calibrated my headset, my floor height, to be about 2 feet above the actual floor. And then it worked. Then I was able to sit in my chair, use my mouse and keyboard, but feel like I am more or less at a standing height. I could refine it a little bit, but this was close enough. I was actually satisfied with it. Enough that I figured, the hell with it, let's play like this. This is a lot better than all the other tests I've done. If you start with your default SteamVR configuration, it's likely that you'll be incredibly tall, your head will be going through the door frames, and with Oculus Home you will be too short. So those are the guidelines I can give so far. And now I enter the progress room, and I'm given a slide that explains what the progress room is. I can't even read it. All I can do is press enter to dismiss the overlay, because normally it would say press any key to continue. So you're going to notice another issue. The rotation center is a bit off. This may make you uncomfortable. These are all issues you have to deal with because, like I said, this is not VR ready yet. Right now I have an overlay showing in order to interact with the lights, and I'm not seeing the overlay, but I am in fact able to stare at the switch and actually flick it pressing E. Reason why I know all this is because I actually, once I noticed all these issues, I figured I would actually play the game in 2D to understand what is going on, to see all these overlays when they explain the sanity and so forth. I'm going to show you a few clips of this on the screen right now as I go through this section. They're going to be in 2D for those of you watching in stereoscopic 3D, but we'll get back to these wonderful, delicious stereoscopic 3D visuals in a moment. So this is where I'm going to take a little moment, stop talking about technical stuff, and just drink in what we're looking at here. Just visually speaking, this is the reason why I'm making this video in the first place. I know I'm rushing it. I know this is a hack. I know this may not be proper, but I encourage everyone who has a VR headset right now to get this game because it will have proper virtual reality support down the line, so it is worth it. It's not like you're losing your investment. And also, right now, the way it is, these visuals are absolutely incredible. The lighting is beautiful, the textures are beautiful, the materials are well made, the models are legit. I mean, the front of this house, this looks real. I feel like I'm in some sort of neighborhood. There's a big house across the street. I mean, everything looks authentic. This is so important with virtual reality. And I'm just impressed to see something this damn well made right off the bat. Anyone who runs this, who does this whole hack, even if you end up with an incorrect height, you will be tempted into trying as hard as you can to play with this because of how damn good it looks. Now, you've seen a bit of my 2D footage showing the proper UI and the proper overlays and so forth. And right now I'm going to be playing through showing you the incorrect UIs and the incorrect overlays. I'm going to try to just brave through a few things, but don't worry, I have a plan. So I believe I'm going to pick up the candle here. The candles are actually a very important part of this game. If you see them, I encourage you to go ahead and pick them up. So I know the UI semi by heart right now. I don't entirely know it, but I do know quite a few keys. So I'm going to go ahead and press 1 to grab that. And then I'm going to stare at the pills. And the pills are another very important item. This game works a bit like Amnesia, where you have a sanity statistic that you need to manage throughout. If you stand in the dark, your sanity goes down. You become insane. If you see things like the paranormal events that I saw at the beginning, your sanity goes down. You go a little bit insane. So all these little factors combine throughout the game to make you go more and more nuts. I didn't particularly like in Amnesia, but I do think it might work a lot better in this game. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to stay out of the dark, although I don't really care about the save file. Like I said, I have a plan. Right now, I'm just going to slowly take you through all this because it's just quite impressive, actually. I'd like to give a little word to the developers. As you develop this, I would highly appreciate if you don't go down the motion controllers only route. I would really appreciate if we could play this either with motion controls or with seated VR using either the gamepad or the mouse and keyboard. That's right. Try to go for the full input support package where we can either play with our motion controllers or either sit down and relax and play with a gamepad or a mouse and keyboard. So now I just picked up a little drawing of a panda, which I believe I can actually rotate with my mouse. And I'll go ahead, if I press E, it actually puts it into my permanent inventory. And Lucy's something is what it says there. It's the introduction to a chapter. I do believe it's the first chapter in the game, and maybe actually the only chapter that is currently playable here. And now, of course, to make things creepy, this door has gone ahead and opened itself. Alright, if ever for some reason your movement ends up getting stuck and you don't know why and you can't quite see anything on the screen, even a broken UI, either press tab. It may mean that you've opened the permanent inventory, which won't let you move while that is open. So you press tab and that will release your movement keys. If that doesn't do it, just open the menu by pressing escape, and then press escape again, and you'll be fine. You'll regain your controls. This has just happened to me and just fidgeted with it for a moment trying to understand what was going on. It's the first time it actually happens to me. And just a word of warning, if there's something scary happening in the game and you want the scary thing to stop, doing this will not pause the game. You actually have to go to pause game and select that in the menu. Otherwise the game will not be paused and whatever scary thing is happening will continue happening. So just word of warning, that's a little dirty trick the devs pull on you, and you gotta know, otherwise you will die. Alright, so let's go ahead and open this door. I kind of know this house semi by heart now, because I have gone through this 2 or 3 times trying to see how I could get the best out of the VR hack. But this is the master bedroom, and it's probably one of the most real looking rooms in the entire place. When you turn the lights on, It's just so compelling how realistic everything is in here. The material of the fabric on the bed, it looks, oh my god, fucking paranormal events. This will happen to you quite a few times. There's something turning the fucking lights off here. So I'm gonna make sure to turn as many of them as possible on. That actually just got me right there. The fucking lights turning off when you least expect it. But look at this, the bed sheets, the stuff on the floor, everything, the books, the plants, everything looks absolutely real. These guys have really done a good job. There's a mirror here in which you can't see yourself. I don't know if they do plan on putting a body model. It would be cool. You can actually examine objects. If you're playing on the desktop, you will see the prompt to examine things come up. This is probably a very important mechanic in this game that will come to be used more and more often. Sarah and Dad. I hear a rattle. Okay, now I can't get out anymore. Okay, I think I kind of know how this goes. I think it's the moment where you have to pull one of these. I'm gonna turn on the light in the closet, and that was not there a moment ago. Let's actually go take a look at this. The drawing on the wall. Knock, knock. Who's, oh my god. No. Not while I'm trying to read the drawing, you assholes. What? I must be going insane. I think it's time for my pills. Let's have some pills. Let's go back to the lighter here. Knock, knock. Alright. Now this is a prompt that I know is there. You press E to knock. You do it a few times. Well, there's something knocking back. I'm sorry. Let me do it one more time. Please don't kill me. Alright, it won't kill me. Okay, the door has opened. Let's go ahead and walk. Nothing's changed in the house. Except that door opens. Let's go check it out. All this you can do pretty easily with this VR hack. So like I said earlier, I invite you to try all of this because it just looks quite incredible. It's really worth checking out. Damn, this kitchen, or this dining room, obviously the kitchen is adjacent to it, looks so fucking real. The glass on the doors, this stuff here, oh, this is just so cool. What is this lamp and why is it not creepy at all? Oh, hello. We have a key here. Item. So this is where you're introduced to the permanent inventory, which again, on the desktop is a lot easier to read because the overlay is not messed up. But there are items that you can store in an inventory that is limited, and there's items that will go in an inventory that is unlimited so that they make sure you can actually grab them. The keys are in an unlimited inventory. Now you'll notice my movement keys are frozen right now. I can't move anymore. This is because the game has opened the unlimited inventory, which you can hit tab to close, and then you should see your movement resume. If that doesn't do it, which apparently has not done so, you hit escape, and that should give you your movement keys back. Do try both every time. Whenever your movement is stuck, go ahead and try that. Alright folks, now I'm gonna do the last part I can within the save file. After that, we're gonna have to cheat a little bit. I'm gonna turn the TV off because it's bothering me. Let's get out of here. There's nothing interesting. There's see, the furniture in this image looks awfully like it is part of this house. And are you with me on assuming that that is a person standing there in the background where the light is flickering? I'm not sure, but I don't... Yeah... Okay. But this is looking an awful lot like what there is in this house. You see that table? Well, there's a similar table there, so I'm assuming that this is a view from inside this house. Just kidding. I actually know it is. Yeah, this game gets creepy and gets creepy fast. So here's what I'm gonna do. There is no way in hell I will be able to use the keys right now, because I'll show you why. If I show up to this door, should find it's either this door or that door. The door to the basement, okay? You show up to the door and then you press tab to go ahead and open the permanent inventory. I know it's open right now because my movement keys are frozen. I don't see the permanent inventory. There's no way I can even click on the basement key and actually use it. So this is where your journey ends with the VR edition. Unless, and this is why I actually played the game on the desktop up to this point. Because I wanted to unlock that door. So I did an entire playthrough, or a partial playthrough, on the desktop in order to unlock that door. And then I went ahead and created myself a save file. So I'm going to go ahead and jump forward. And we're going to get to the part where I go in the basement. Okay. As you may notice, the door that was previously locked is now unlocked. This is, like I said, because I did this playing on the desktop, where you can actually see the damn UI and perform actions such as unlocking doors. So the first thing you notice is that the basement key will unlock this door and the door to the kitchen. So finally now you are free to walk into this room and see this magnificent side of the house, which, just like everything else, looks absolutely real. This is actually eerie because all the furniture appears antique. The house doesn't seem young. This seems like an old house. And it's got old appliances, and it's 3:33 a.m. and I do not think I have seen that time change at all once. I do believe this is intentional, and it's freaking creepy. Sarah's height. Oh man, look at that. So you kind of know what year it is. This is in the 80s. I don't know if it's 85 still, but it's most definitely in the 80s. So what you then notice is that there's another door here that you can unlock with the basement key. So you're basically free to go downstairs from either these doors. And of course this light switch does not work. What I'm trying to do here to stay in the light is I always try to locate the nearest light switch when I enter a room that is dark, so that this guy doesn't get too scared and the sanity level remains high. When there's a light that's off and the switch is on, just cycle it. That's part of the paranormal activity mechanic. So here we go, venturing into the basement. This is not creepy at all, folks. It's absolutely a normal walk in the park. And you will feel absolutely natural. It feels like your own house. You know, when the lights turn off by themselves in your house, it just needs a little electrical work. It's nothing to be afraid of. So this is the place I was just in, but now we have to go through this absolutely normal, fully finished basement corridor that has no fucking working light. I looked for the switch. Maybe I missed it. Nope, still can't find it. And there is a candle there, which I'll probably want to go ahead and pick up. It reminds me about the candle mechanics. I already actually done this to me before, so I don't know why it actually rewarned me. I'll go ahead and pick it up and carry it. Might actually want to go ahead and put it in my inventory. There's another way up the stairs that goes back up to the kitchen. But now let's go up through this even weirder corridor. That's fully finished, not creepy at all. This doesn't look real at all. This looks not from a absolutely modern and beautiful video game. Absolutely unimpressive and not noteworthy at all. It looks so fucking good in here. You have no idea. It looks good. You almost smell the insulation foam from the unfinished basement. This really, everything is absolutely crazy. All right. Do you recognize something? Do you see that over there? That thing, that over there? Do you hear that? That is not a comforting sound at all. I heard a moan. This is not... God damn, this is creepy. I've done this only once, and it scared the shit out of me. And I did not hear this audio that goddamn well. But do you recognize what we're looking at here? This is the room. This is the room that we saw on our television upstairs. Oh shit. Okay, the camera's flicking. I'm gonna do something. I know there's an objective here that I can actually do. There is a freezer here. The little doll. You see that little doll? Go ahead and try to press E on it. Acquire the doll, damn it. This is supposed to actually start flashing. There we go. Matryoshka doll. So I do believe these are getting teleported to the progress room. So I've acquired something. Nothing looks normal in here, and now there's a camera that's just fucking taking pictures if you'll excuse me one moment, I'm gonna go ahead and try to... No, that's not what I want. I'm trying to navigate a UI I cannot see right now. An inventory I cannot see. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a couple of bills. Cause, yeah. Let's go ahead and acquire this camera. Can I? I knocked it over. Great. Absolutely great. I can't acquire it yet, apparently. It's highlighting me something. Oh, I get it. Okay. I was already holding two objects and my inventory's full. But now I can actually click the camera when I want instead of having it flash over and over. So there's a line. This is obviously wanting to show me something. So I don't know how much my guy likes this, but I'm gonna go ahead and take some meds. You see this? It's telling me to go right. Okay, fine, I'll play your fucking game. What is that? At the end of the hall. Why are you making me go that way? What is that? Hello? Are you kind? You were... I saw you on TV earlier. Oh shit. No, I'm not. No. Christ. It's not like I didn't know this was coming. And it's not... This is absolutely not cool. This is just not... She's still gonna be there? I'm gonna be out of pills after that. Okay, I'm running. I'm gonna make just a bolt for it, right? I'm just running along the lines. Let's see if I can do this. I don't expect to make it very far. But let's try. I'm taking a lot of meds. Hopefully, that's gonna save me because holy shit. I see why they did that with their door mechanics. Now, here's why I left all the lights on, hoping that she doesn't turn them back off. Oh shit, I hear her. I'm so dead. Ah! Ah! Oh fuck! On the desktop, you rarely ever see her coming for you. But oh my god, I didn't expect to see her coming for me. On the desktop, she most often sneaks up on you and just gets you. I'm gonna stop here. The reason is I'm supposed to use candles. I'm supposed to be very careful with my sanity. I'm supposed to take meds. I'm supposed to stay as sane as possible. And it's almost impossible to do with the UI overlays being this broken right now. Again, I must reiterate, this is not on the developer's back. This is mostly because the VR right now is a hack. The most you'll get from this is a preview, and a preview alone. It's borderline unplayable. If you want to do some things, I mean, look when the save loads, because the mask isn't working, you actually see the character getting placed back in the house. So it doesn't work correctly at the moment, and I want to now give the devs time to finish their job because this is absolutely terrifying, and I cannot wait to play this in VR properly. I'm going to hold off from even playing it on the desktop. I may watch a few videos because I'm curious to know how good this is, but I most definitely do not want to spoil it for myself. This really looks great. It's terrifying. It does, to a good degree, look very difficult. So I'm probably going to have a lot of fun with this. And this is something that I might actually want to stream because of the fear factor it involves. So that's it. I'm going to wrap up this video here. I don't want to show you more than I should. I want to show you what's worth looking at, which is how incredible the visuals really are, and how good this is potentially going to be, provided the VR is finished when these guys launch the full version of the game. And as they said on a forum, they said that they would actually plug in VR during the early access process. So that's important to know. We will get an early look at this, even though it's not yet done. So that's it. That was Visage. I am kind of trembling inside right now because this completely, totally, utterly got me. And I dread trying this again without having proper controls. And I already know that the game is difficult. It's not easy even on the desktop with everything working correctly. It's even worse in VR. And also the fact that VR makes things 10 times more freaking terrifying. This is going to be delicious levels of horror. From what I said in my intro, that I think VR is a medium that delivers horror beautifully. Well, this is going to be absolutely delightful. And I hope we all get to play it very soon. So that's it. You've been watching Stereo 3D Productions. This VR hack of Visage, which is going to have proper VR soon. I shall see you next time, provided this thing doesn't give me a heart attack. Thanks for watching.